why you don't have the brand of your dreams yet. So if you're someone who's been in the game for a while, or you're taking all the right actions and you're not really getting the results that you would like with your business, and you are sensitive, you are an empath, you would like to do things your way, but you feel disorientated on which pieces, when, what is important at which stage, and things like that. You want to watch this live, and let's dive in, because hello stars, this is Esther Ciurana from Awakening with the Stars, and today I'm going to connect the new moon we just had with the message I've been sharing in my Instagram this week, talking about Star Bundle, which, by the way, today is the last day with this one-time offer. So if you really want to get in, let me know before tomorrow, because I'll close it tomorrow, and so I'll tell you more, and if you're interested you can jump in. And so the first thing is that we had the new moon, and this is an amazing moon, because I haven't seen a moon like that in a while, and actually we come from an eclipse season that's been like it came with a lot of energies to integrate, and depending on where you are, you maybe experience it in a tougher way or in a softer way, but eclipses are always coming with strong messages, and so it is like finally we are a bit like there's some more ease, but also that's a trick, because like we can fall into overindulgence, because this is a lot of Venusian energies. There is a lot of sextiles and trine and so on, and I don't know if it's trine, but there are a lot of sextiles, so this feels like it's easy and that's the thing, when it feels so easy, it's more about the temptation of not doing anything and just laying back, and yeah, on a feminine, the feminine side is really important in business, to really have this capacity to relax and to do things from a space of flowing, with going with the flow. But at the same time, if you're in business, you're gonna want to have some yang energy, some action, and some driven action and aligned action to actually move things forward. And so the key, as I shared in the sweet spot, is the balance. So you can take this as a continuation of the sweet spot, and so I wanted to share how the new moon was at 18 degrees of Taurus, and this is Taurus in the decan of Leo. So it's like, okay, like time to shine, because it's like the decan of Leo in Taurus, like looking for security through recognition, but the key here is that the easy thing to do here is to just not do much, and miss the opportunity, right? Because we just cultivated a lot of energies, a lot of frequencies through this eclipse season, and now it's the time, because actually this Taurus moon goes into Aries in Sidereal. So it's like now it's the time to take action. Like the real purpose of this moon is to take action, but not any action. So what type of action? And that's what the Star Bundle can help you a lot with, to have this clarity. But I'm going to tell you like the 3 levels that is really important to address in your business, because if you're only working in one, you're gonna miss on the others, and things are not gonna line up the way you wanted. So we have the most known of all, the tactical level, which is like the surface, and this you can like see it also as a personality level, like we are this character in the game, and we think that we do A, B, C, and then we would get D, right? Or X, Y, Z, and then you will get Y. And so, and it's not always like that. Business is not always that logical, and that's the thing. If you're only working on a tactical level, and tactical level is like, oh, I saw this post on Instagram about this trend that if I do this type of reel, I'm gonna blow up my business and things like that. And like, this is not a long-term vision, because this is not gonna lead you anywhere. Like, maybe you have a great reel, but then what? And even if you have engagement, how you convert people and things like that. So like, the second level is strategy, which is not just like the things that I'm gonna do if I'm gonna create a reel or a post or whatever, but the strategy level is that, okay, where am I going and how I'm gonna get there. So it's to have like some kind of vision long term of what are you trying to achieve, and the way you want to get there. Because maybe there are strategies that are effective, but if they feel like they don't resonate with you, or you just do them because they promise this result, but the way to get there is totally draining you, it doesn't match with your energy, it's just not gonna make any sense, because you're gonna create a business, but maybe you make some money, but you're not gonna feel fulfilled. You maybe don't work with the soulmate clients you would like to work with, and that's just a recipe for like being tired very soon, and then in a few months you wanna give up, right? So that's not the point, and that's not why you are in business. Like, I'm in business because I absolutely love it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have last 8 years. Like, I literally have been at zero, or I've been working with like very difficult clients and things like that. And like, unless you really want to be here and are on a mission and are in it for the right reasons, because you want to help people, because you want to be in service, because you have a mission that goes beyond like the money or having this or that result, you're not going, like, as I said, maybe you get X result, but maybe you feel even more than in a job or doing something else, because it's not purpose driven, there's no soul in there. So it's not just strategy, it's what strategy is also important, that it's aligned with you. And so the third level, it's purpose and so energetics. And so the energy, like the rest of the matrix illusion, is just gonna reflect the energy. And so yes, it is important, and that's the other thing, it's not just energy. If you only focus on the energy, maybe you're doing all the meditations, all the affirmations and things like that, but you're not going anywhere, because you don't have any idea about business strategy, or you have a little of idea, but things that are not adding up, and things are not on the right sequence, or you do things randomly, and the results don't go the way you wanted. So you may be at a point where, yes, you have the right strategy to make results, but the business is not fulfilling, or it's not aligned with your purpose, or it feels like you're not going anywhere, like you don't like it. As basic as that, you don't like to work on your business. That's when you need to tune into the energies, and this is what astrology can help you a lot with, because then we go into what's really going on beyond the surface. And this, my type of astrology, it's also tuning into your subconscious mind, your programming, and shifting that and aligning it to your true purpose. And so it's about going deeper into what's really moving you, if it's a program, or if it's actually your higher self, if it's your mission, if it's your soul, if it's something that goes beyond you. And that's what it's gonna, like, your self-sourced and you're never going to run out of energy, because it comes from the heart, and it just like it's never gonna end, the energy. So it doesn't matter if you have a bad day in your business, it doesn't matter if you have a difficult situation, you'll keep going, because it goes beyond that small thing that happened. And so this in one side, or in the other side, maybe you come from from a spiritual background, or you have done a lot of healing, a lot of spiritual work, a lot of healing, a lot of traumas and things like that, but it feels like maybe there's not enough strategy, or maybe there's chaos, there's no organization in how you're doing things and in what direction you're going, so that it feels like, yeah, there's a lot of energy, but it's not going to where you wanted it to go. So that may be that you need to align that, because as I said, this is something I experienced myself, because I've been in both. I've been like giving a lot of energy into the analytical side of me, and then completely going into the opposite space, like with my Scorpio personality, and it's like, now I'm going to go full on into spirituality, but then forgetting about strategy and things not adding up either. So you need both. And the advantage of working with me is that we address both. But yeah, as I said, there is these three levels in terms of business, like the tactics, the strategy, which is more the how to achieve your long-term vision, and then, but always with a grain of salt, because if you really want a soul-led business, a soul-led brand, you need also some space. And we actually have the moon here going to Aries Gemini, which is the capacity to adapt change. So it is always about listening to your heart, and maybe you do a strategy one day, and then the next day you feel like, ooh, there's something that doesn't feel aligned. And so, but until a certain point, because if you're changing the strategy all the time, then it's when you're going too much into your spiritual side or so, but not moving and just using that as an excuse to keep going in circles, so you're not advancing either. So the point is always to move forward, no matter where you're at, to move forward. And the speed is not always that important. Like, the speed comes when the pieces are in place and you are really getting more relaxed, and things are adding up. And this is the Taurus season, so this is all about stacking things, so one thing after the other. And maybe they seem small, but if you celebrate every little win, they add up. And so yeah, we have the tactics level, we have the strategy level, and then we have the energetics level, which is what is going to sustain everything else. So this is the first thing. And maybe you come to me when you already did a lot of healing work, and that's great, because then you're ready. We just go into the strategy and make sure that strategy is aligned with your chart, and your chart is unique. Like, there's not anyone else like you. So we're gonna look into what's exactly your charts, and as I said, the astrology that I do is very different. We go into your unconscious memory, and the thing is also that you're not supposed to, from one day to another, overnight, to just, you have the information, like it was some kind of magic pill. You have the information and you have everything, like, then you have to implement it. And the thing is, as you implement it, like, it's like a spiral, like the zodiac wheel. You can either go in circles, just repeating the same things over and over and over, and actually you can start to see the patterns that are repeating, or you can actually have use that awareness, not just have that awareness, but use that awareness to shift things. And then it's when you can start to spiral. And so maybe you are manifesting things that are similar but in higher frequencies, but then there's also when you completely shift and jump, quantum jump, into another level. And so, but to be able to have these jumps and these overnight things and this blowing up, it is important that all the levels are addressed and the things are in place. Otherwise, it's just, yeah, and even if you blow up, if there is chaos, then it can also like burn you out. So it's like the full picture, and so a way that you have to start to know what it's like to work with me in that level, because you maybe already had a reading, but like the initial reading, we go more into the programs of the family programs that you got, and the different frequencies from your life purpose and your unconscious memory, and to have that awareness when you are in one and when you are in the other. But then, as I said, it's not like you suddenly like disconnect from the matrix and just are a flying soul that it just knows everything and so on. But well, maybe you are there, so you don't need me for that. but the point is to, like I said, spiral, and then there's always like deeper that you can go, and then those frequencies you can lift them from higher and higher and higher frequencies. So it's, evolution never ends, and what's fun of business is that it grows with you, so it never ends. It's like there's always more, and that's an important thing of this moon, because the purpose it has is like to go into this frequency of being able to celebrate no matter where you're at, and to let go of these expectations, because maybe you have this extreme expectation that this is just the magic pill and then everything is gonna work and everything, and that's not the right way to go into business either, because then you'll be running after chasing this one thing that is gonna solve it all, and as I said, this is more about an holistic approach where and this is about having fun. Like, your business is an extension of you. Creating a star brand is about like radiating that light for those you came here to help. And it's like I don't want to go from here without accomplishing my mission, and so I don't want to be like a soul like in the transition space and be like, oh, there's all these people I could have helped and I couldn't because I was too shy, to shine my light and to show them that I could really help them. And so if you're at this point, this is your moment. Start to shine. And so, as I said, if you would like one-on-one help, is a one-time offer. Like, my idea is to do more things in group spaces, so I'm reducing one-on-one spaces, but this is the opportunity to get one-on-one with me. We're going to do 3 sessions together, and in the first one we'll go, and this is a unique system I created. This is very new. I created it at the end of last year, and I've been testing it on myself, and it's amazing. I finally have clarity on what to say and things like that. Before, I was always like a mess. Like, I was building the muscle. Like, I've been going live almost every week for more than a year, but I was like, oh, what I'm gonna say today, or things like that. And finally, I'm at this point where I'm clear about my brand. And this is what I'll guide you through. So the first session is we're gonna look into your genius. What is that unique spark that you have, and what it is going to be also easiest for you to really shine on, and what is better that you avoid, and or maybe you don't put that much energy into because it's gonna drain you. And then we also look into how to align your brand with your life purpose, because like astrology can seem like a bit abstract sometimes. So we're gonna go very practical on how you can actually apply that into your day-to-day business. And so, and as I said, these are frequencies. So you tune into the frequency, but then you are getting better and better, both because the dark is always going to show you where is the light, and that's the duality we live in. And so, like, your darkest moments have always like the deepest gifts. And so it's not about avoiding those, because there's some people who also like texted me or sent me a message asking about that, like maybe they're going through a difficult moment, a difficult time, and like this is where you forge the gifts. So it is important the attitude that you have, if it's of celebration, if it's of this capacity to see how much you can win there. Because as I shared also this week, like last week I had a very dark, like really dark moment where I was like at zero at all levels, and so and very like heartbroken, and so this was a time where all of this system was created. I applied it and I got amazing results. So this is where the gifts are coming through, like this is where the gifts are emerging. And so these are actually soul blessings, and it is important, the capacity to see it like that. So train that part of you, and this is how you spiral. And so the advantage of looking into your chart is that you see specifically what's the axis for you, so where you tend to go into. And this is, as I said, it's not something that you just eliminate because, oh wow, now I know, and you eliminate it. It's not like that. I wish it was that easy, but actually, like yesterday itself, I had a moment of ego or my shadow, because I know it so well. I know my shadow so well. Like I've been sharing a lot also about this thing of Peter Pan, like sewing the shadow on your feet, like to be at that point that you know your shadow so well that it cannot play with you. It cannot hide, because you are aware of it and you detect it right away. And so that's really important, because the more you are going up, the more sneaky it gets. Like it's not that easy to detect, to identify, because it's like, oh yeah, I already worked through, I already grateful and things like that, but maybe like there's some resentment like that's hidden into places that are not that obvious. And having another person, and actually this is my genius, to read you so I see the unseen, I see what you are not always allowing yourself to see. I see these blind spots quite easily, and then I tell you what is going to move the needle, what is going to help you the most at that point, because we also check what is being activated in you at this moment. And then by knowing this axis, you can know yourself at the point where you always know what's the next step. You have that clarity, and clarity is like maybe the first thing in business, like to have that clarity. Otherwise, if you don't move, you don't know where to go. So you have that clarity every day to wake up and know, okay, today is for this, and today is for this, and not only from a soul perspective to have that guidance, that's important, but also in terms of practical, right? Like I write this post, or I create a video, and then in the third session we go into, like in the second session we go into what are your soulmates. Like this is something amazing I discovered as well, that you can actually see who are your soulmate clients or your soulmates as well, and through the chart you can see that, because actually they're also your divine mirrors. They're a reflection of you, and you can see in the unconscious memory, you can see the whole matrix. So you can see the different aspects of yourself, and like the people you tend to attract, depending on what point you're at, and they're always giving you a lot of feedback. So we're going to also decipher, decode that feedback of your divine mirrors. And then in the third session we're going to go more into how to connect, more into like a bit more into strategy and tactics, and how to connect with them in your brand message. So and these are three 60-minute sessions. We'll get as much information as we can for you, and then if you would like to continue working together, you have that option as well. And so the idea is to with these 3 sessions to finally have that clarity and to know the business you would like to create from now on, the star brand you would like to create. And even if you already have a brand, to really shift it into being really from your heart, the what you would really like to create if you had no limits, because the soul has no limits. So that's what I'm gonna help you with. And as I said, today is the last day to grab that one-time offer. I'm not offering it again. And so if you like to work together on that, to look into that, just send me a direct message, or you can email me as well. And then if you have some questions, I'll answer them, or if you just want the link, and we'll get started. So I'll see you in the next video, Star. Looking forward to more. Have an amazing weekend and an amazing new moon cycle.